Hello, everybody. Today we will be reading The Odd Ones Out, How to Be Cool, and other things I definitely learned from growing up. Chapter 6. Oh, yeah. And this is part 7. Chapter 6. PE. If you grew up in an American education system, you probably had to take a physical education class to graduate from high school. I actually don't know if it's required everywhere in America, but it is in Arizona overall. I'm all in favor of lifting weights and running around for no reason. I understand why schools make kids take PE. Let's not beat around the bush. It's because we're fat. But I think the course could use some changes, just like with other class. There should be an honors PE. I'm not saying this because I was a big tough guy who wanted the extra challenge in school. I was just the opposite right now in PE classes. You'll have 200-pound football player, a 100-pound chess club member, and everyone in between, all exercising together. Playing flag football and basketball with a group of testosterone jacked alpha males is never fun, especially if you're on the beta side. And if you haven't figured this out already, I am very beta. I just think I have enjoyed PE more if all the alpha males were in another section. Also, I guess that's why we have school sports. Nerds. Me, right there. Normally, to get the PE requirement out of the way, freshman girls at my school took dance and freshman boys took standard physical education. Although sometimes the really wimpy boys took dance class too. Maybe they were actually the smart ones because they got to hang around with all the girls. Maybe I should have taken dance. Guy who took dance. Since I went to preparatory school in 9th grade, I took PE. I took PE my sophomore year once. I was back in public school. It didn't make a difference since I still fit in perfectly fine with the other skinny white boys who weren't smart enough to take dance. During the first 10 minutes of class, we were supposed to get dressed. For guys, getting dressed takes about 50 seconds, so we could just goof off until the coach marched into the locker room and yelled, "Okay, let's do this." Actually, I want to talk about locker rooms for a few paragraphs. We decided it was socially acceptable to get completely undressed in front of strangers just because you happen to be standing in a locker room. You would never do this in say, English class. Luckily, in high school, all we did was take off our pants and put on our gym shorts. We were young and awkward, so we all silently agreed that we would just look straight forward, no peeking, and we would all put on our gym shorts without talking. Kinda what we men do when we're at urinals. Honestly, that's a fine and acceptable thing to do in the locker room. What I have problems with is 100% full-on nudity in college. I signed up to use the school's gym because I was going to class and drawing all day, meaning I was on my butt a lot, and I needed to get my internet doctor recommended 10,000 steps in, and I wasn't eating any healthy food. Anyway, one time at college, I was in the locker room, putting my clothes back on using the same tactic I did in high school. I wasn't looking around, I was just looking straight ahead, but then someone turned the corner, and I didn't get a good look at him, thankfully. But as he walked past me in a peripheral vision, I saw some cheeks. I turned my head, and he was completely naked. James, why don't you act like an adult? You're in college. People have butts. Get over it. Listen. This guy was a complete stranger. For all I know, he could have been in one of my classes. I didn't get a good look at his face, only at his butt. I understand that you're supposed to shower in the locker room, but towels exist for a reason. Don't jump in flinging your nasties out for everyone to see. Am I making a big deal of this because I feel like you're judging me? That wasn't even the only time I saw people walking around naked. It happened quite a bit. That's why I get a locker closet to the door now. But PE one day while we were waiting for the coach to come in and give us the okay, let's do this line. We got bored to entertain ourselves, so we took a water bottle caps from the trash and started flicking them around like they were little tiny frisbees. This progressed into shooting caps at each other. I'm pretty sure I was the one who started this trend because you know I was in high and mighty sophomore and the CF freshman. But whatever. Whoever started it, it was all fun, and no one got hurt. In that moment, the jocks and the nerds were all together. We'd bonded over turning lids into weapons. After the coach named and got us that day, we had an extra harder workout. We ran 2 laps instead of 1. We had to do wall sits whilst holding medicine balls, and afterward, when we were all sweaty and ready to collapse, the coach said to us, You know why today was extra hard? It was because you were flicking bottle caps." What? How does flicking bottle caps equal 50 minutes of torture? I mean, it was probably healthy for us, but I don't see the correlation. About a month after the bottle cap incident, these 2 alpha guys got the idea to play a game called Bodies. If you're unsure what Bodies is, it's a game where you punch someone. That's it. That's the entire game. You're not allowed to hit people's face, though just their bodies, which is why it's called Bodies. Probably not. No. Good. This should be an Olympic sport. You'd think at least one of us would have said something like, "Hey, you guys, coach didn't like it last time when we were messing around. Maybe we shouldn't do this. I mean, someone could have gotten hurt." So being older and taller, I obviously couldn't let that happen without watching. These 2 kids started playing, and one kid wasn't even punching back, which is a strategy I would not recommend. While playing this particular game, maybe the kid thought he was Harry Houdini. Short lesson about Harry Houdini. The man saw at his abs were so strong he told people to punch him and claimed he would absorb the punch. Punch me. Turns out this also was not particularly a good strategy because Houdini ended up dying from a ruptured appendix after someone punched him. How embarrassing. Anyways, the dude in my PE class also didn't fare well at this game. He used the Houdini strategy and was taking the punches. Then he hit his head on the tile floor and didn't get up. Did I win? Obviously, none of us had a medical background, so we just gently slapped the guy a couple of times and said, "Hey, bro, are you gonna wake up, bros?" That didn't work, so we all had to tell the coach, and he went and got the nurse. By the time the coach called the nurse, the kid had woken up a little. He was just being a wussy and not moving. I'm pretty sure he was conscious the whole time.